Gordie, St George-Illawarra, the Dragons have been very much in focus, and Mary's been given basically a month to turn things around. They're going to review it again. Can he turn it around in 4 weeks?
Well, I think the players need to turn it around. I don't know about Mary. I think the message is, it's a bit like the Broncos. It comes down to the players, Matty. And if you can tell me any of those players that are playing close to their potential or ripping in and you know, playing the way that they should be or could be, as Corey Norman played his best. So, you know, does he wield the axe and give some of those young kids a go? But I'm glad that they're sticking with him, because I think it's showing a bit of power back with the coaches, and the players need to play better.
Well, that's the next question, is that we've all been in sides where, you know, the coach has been a little bit off with the dressing room, and there's no excuse, but do you think is that the case?
You're a professional rugby league player.
Yep. Get all that.
If you're not happy with what the coach is doing, that doesn't matter. You still go out there and you give 100%.
Sure.
Because that's what's ingrained in us. If you can't do that on game day, whether or not something's happened at home or something's happened, you know, with your coach, if you can't do it, you don't belong there.
And like, don't want to bring money into it, but it's a factor. If you're getting paid really good money, you've got to be a really good professional. Then what's the matter with these blokes on good money? That if the coaches are relevant, that they are playing so poor and their efforts so poor.
But I can't blame the guys for getting big money.
No.
You know what? No. But
that's right.
You know, I suppose Hunt's a fair example of what we see, big money, not really producing what the Dragons were hoping he would produce. So,
well, what's the problem? What is the core problem?
Their attitude. Gordon, you spoke about it before in the pre-game, talking about what's the difference between, like last week. Their attitude in something is not right.
Why? I suppose you keep pulling the layers back. Why is their attitude so poor? I mean, you're watching the performance, you look in the side on the park and what they put up last week and some of the efforts, and you go, what is going on?
They're always blaming the coach.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
It's an easy out.
Well, what about that? You spoke about young players. A very good young player in Tristan Saylor and young Jason Saab, who's a really talented young fella. Mary at the moment is keeping faith with these other blokes that haven't been performing, but these other young blokes aren't playing at all. Remember, there's no New South Wales Cup, and their frustration has led to them maybe, you know, it's been refuted a little bit now, but possibly seeking release so they can start to play some football. What do they do?
That is the problem, Matty. There's no... So usually when you're braining it in reserve grade, you're putting pressure on the team. So luckily for this current first grade side, there's no one putting pressure on them week to week. But you've got to... These kids need to play, because they're good enough to play first grade. Well, mate, especially Wendell's young bloke. And not because Wendell's a mate of ours.
Saab's a bloody handy player as well.
Both of them.
Both can play, definitely.
The bottom line is, Fletch, is that if you're the coach in the football side, and some of the older blokes are putting in the effort they've been doing, then what you got to put some youth and enthusiasm in there.
But they say they've been training really well, and things have been clicking at training. There's the enthusiasm there, there's the excitement there, but they're not transferring that from training. So there's something happening between your captain's run to game day.
They're all waiting. Like, you know, you get those games, Matty, and you get those players, and they just wait. No one's prepared to just put their hand up and go and see whether their teammates come with them. And we've all been in that situation, but that's what's happening at the Dragons. They all run out and they look to see who's going to lead them. You know, and you've got James Graham, and I think he squeezed that much out of his own. That bloke doesn't have any more to give, does he?
Cameron McGuinness has been busting his ass every week.
So someone just needs to stand up and just rip in.
Say, come on, boys,
Mate, we're going. Yeah, absolutely. And it's just going to take one, and everybody just pull in.
Maybe Gordon, as an ex-Dragon, you could rip into them again. You've ripped in everyone else. Broncos, that worked.
It did.
Titans.
Mate, you're a motivator, Gordon.
Mate, we're coaching them from the couch, Matty.
That's it, mate.
How easy
and it feels good.
It's easy in our hands. It's the easiest way to do it.
You sit there with your kids that go, I used to be able to do better than that.
Watching me on the lounge. You better mind joint watching me on the lounge.
Oh, God.
I used to be able to do that.
Yeah, well, mate,
Did you used to play, Dad? Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Sit down over there.
Bloke who is ripping in and